Actually, the caliphate are in
no, the Sokoto Caliphate and Fulani Caliphate are not happy because they expected the American military forces or United States of American government to come to his palace and kneel down. Yes, and take permission from him before bombardment of all the terror group camps. But he is not happy with Tinubu because he believes that Tinubu connived with America and they actually, support the American bombardment that just kick off some.
This notion that jihad is not to kill, because we are living peacefully with one another. I'm a Muslim and I know I'm a Muslim. If you're a Christian, you know you're a Christian. Then when we understand one another, we are better equipped to deal with one another. Because I know who you are, you know who I am, there's nothing you can do to me. But what President Jonathan said, I was expecting him to make a very strong comment about how he really dealt with the issue of Boko Haram, which he used both the military and myself and other stakeholders. But maybe he decided not to because a book is coming after that from him on how I dealt with Boko Haram issue. And let me also correct you, like I am happy to hear that the Boko Haram is not really Boko Haram, that's not their name. I'm glad to hear that from somebody who is not me. If I were the one who is saying that, somebody would say yes, because I know them. And that's not their name. Because I know that they never claimed Boko is haram. If you have listened to some of their audio, which I had privilege of listening to, they said they didn't say Boko is haram, because so many of them have also gone to school, and they said you cannot open somebody's brain and remove the education in his head. So he had already acquired that knowledge, that education. He's an engineer, he's a doctor, he's whatever it is. What they are saying is that those who have gone to school and are educated are leading bad governments. What they are after is the issue of bad governance, because they want to be free, they want to do whatever they feel they should do. And I want to correct, and I'm glad this is carried on TV, live. I want to correct this wrong notion that people, non-Muslims, hold about jihad. Jihad is not to kill a non-Muslim by a Muslim. Jihad means to strive. And in whatever you do in life, you strive to be the best you can be. You strive to be a good Muslim. You strive to be a good Christian. You strive to be a good farmer or a good engineer. So jihad is not to kill a non-Muslim. That's a wrong notion people have been airing out for decades. And I wrote a foreword on a book written by very high stakeholders across the world, published by the King of Jordan. And I wrote that forward, and I believe that book will be brought back again, because it was about 13, 14 years ago. And it talked about the uses and abuses of jihad. Because at the back of the book, I remember very well, because they said one of the most fearsome word a non-Muslim would hear is the word jihad. And it's true, because people have already given it a very negative connotation, but it is not. And so let's live here with that notion that, look, jihad is to strive, it's not to kill a non-Muslim. Because as we know as Muslims, it's in the Holy Quran, you cannot take somebody's life without due process. You cannot kill somebody. Because they said to kill a life, take a life or kill somebody, it's like taking the whole of humanity. That's without being following due process. But these are things that scholars will talk to you about. So let's live here with this notion that jihad is not to kill, because we are living peacefully with one another. I'm a Muslim and I know I'm a Muslim. If you're a Christian, you know you're a Christian. Then when we understand one another, we are better equipped to deal with one another. Because I know who you are, you know who I am. There's nothing you can do to me. There's something I can do to you. Understanding is the most important thing. We understand one another and live peacefully in this country. And I want to also correct the notion that when Bishop Kuka talked about Islamism, if you use some words maybe in a wrong manner, or somebody might feel Islam is negative. Islamism is not aimed at seizing power at any particular forum. Islam is after good governance in society. And whoever is there, President Tinubu was president, we gave him 100% support throughout his presidency. Nobody said anything negative about it. He knows that and is here. So Islamism is not what you think it is. It's a wrong notion that you are bringing up here, that is to seize power. It's not to seize power. We're after good governance. September 2019, I gave a talk on Islam and good governance in Nigeria. President Buhari was just going in for his second term. After I finished my talk, the following day, papers carried it, I was aiming at President Buhari's second term, because I said things that a good Muslim should do as a leader and what he should not do. And these are written. So we have a code. We have a code of conduct. We have ways and means of life, the Holy Quran and the Hadith of our most noble Prophet Muhammad and the consensus of the ulama, that's the clerics. These are three things guiding us. Anybody coming outside this to say things that he really doesn't know about is not speaking, it's not for Islam. Because Islam abhors extremism. Islam abhors extremism. You cannot be an extremist and then claim to be a good Muslim. So let's learn some of these issues, and then when we're talking about insecurity or security in our great country, we have to be careful in how we say things, how we present them. And another particular paper I'm talking about, I gave Bishop Kuka a copy, Islam, what Islam means in good governance. So let's come closer as one big family with different backgrounds and forge ahead to make this country a better country. Because there's nothing anybody can do about a Christian or a Muslim being who he is. Because when we are coming to the world, we didn't beg Almighty Allah to bring us into the world as Muslims or Christians or Jews or whatever it is. He decided in his own right to bring into the world as a Christian or a Muslim or whatever it is. We must learn to respect one another. We must learn to live with one another. We must learn to help one another, because we must be our brother's keepers. And so many Christian leaders here know that. It's in the holy books also that we must be good to ourselves. And I want to thank the chairman of the occasion for coming to Sokoto once more. And I assure you all...
Okay, but it's reported just recently, or not too long ago, that there might be a protest, or there's a protest, going on in the northern part of Nigeria. At the same time, the Sultan of Sokoto is not happy as regards this invasion in the west part of Nigeria.
Thank you so much. The invasion
actually, the caliphate are in panic.
No, the Sokoto Caliphate and Fulani Caliphate are not happy because they expected the American military forces or United States of American government to come to his palace and kneel down. Yes, and take permission from him before bombardment of all the terror group camps. But he is not happy with Tinubu because he believes that Tinubu connived with America and they actually, support the American bombardment that just kicked off some few hours ago. So Sokoto Caliphate right now is frowning at Trump's administration. Why? Trump has refused to go to the palace of Sultan Sokoto, kneeling down before him, begging him before the operation could take. See, let me tell you, Sultan Sokoto himself, his name is among the terrorist sponsors in Nigeria. That is where everybody is getting it wrong, because people are like just saying, why could America just jump into our airspace, mess rubbish up our sovereignty? Why not taking permission from Nigerian government or Sultan of Sokoto before allowing military operation? See, let me tell you, America could never have done that. Taking permission from Sultan of Sokoto before embarking on military adventurism in Nigeria. No, America colluded with Israel, and this job is a job well done. It took Nigeria by impromptu. Federal government of Nigeria by impromptu. It took our police, our DSS by impromptu. Nigerian military, they did not get wind up the information that American military operation is about to take place. And let me tell you, the airplane they used, the aircraft was silent one, no noise. When all the Sokoto indigenes were asleep, all of a sudden they wake up. It was thick black smokes from the axis where Nigeria is bordering. Republic of Benin, Adora, Katsina, and so on and so forth. At the axis where Sokoto is sharing border with Republic of Benin and the Republic of Niger, it was all black clouds, thick of smoke, billowing sky high. Why? Because America military is on rampage. So bombardment of Sokoto, the Northwest, is a well orchestrated plan by State of Israel and United States of America to at least curb the encroachment of Fulani herdsmen, the Al-Qaeda, Al-Shabaab, ISWAP, and Boko Haram insurgents in Nigeria. And I want to tell you that the kind of modern device, war technology used by USA and Israel to bring down the ISWAP in the Northwest is highly appreciated, accepted by the Christian community in Nigeria. The CAN, the PFN, Pentecostal Fellowship Association of Nigeria, they welcome Israel, they welcome United States military operation in Nigeria because of course the herdsmen, the bandits, the emirs, the Kanu Emirates and Sokoto Caliphates has been subjected the Christians to for over 15 years now. Christian genocide going on. Sadano Sokoto denied it. Kanu Emirates turned silent and Nigerian government play along, monetizing killings of Christians in Nigeria as a result of politics. The current administration of the day, the man in charge, President Tinubu, has not seen Christian genocide as a reality. He is promising and telling the whole world that there is nothing like that. But let me tell you, there is 100% something like that. Christians are being killed, maimed in their large numbers. Various Christian population, various Christian communities in Benue, Plateau State, Taraba State have been over-devastated by Fulani, dangerous headers, Boko Haram insurgents, Mahmuda, Al-Shabaab, the worst enemy of Christianity, Al-Qaeda, and ISWAP. They have actually been decimated by American military forces.
Should the CIA and the Mossad, should they start picking up the financier of this?
Yes, the financier and the sponsors of Boko Haram, they are all on the run. We listed about 1,000 names, people that are sponsoring insurgency, terrorism in the northern Nigeria. And when they were absconding into Middle East Europe, we caught them on camera. They were exuding from Nigeria into Middle East Europe for their hideout. And we saw good numbers of them leaving the Sokoto Northwest, Borno Northeast, influxing into southwestern forest of Ondo State, Kwara State, and the rest exuded into Adamawa Highland, where they are taking solace right now in Cameroon Mountain. And I'm telling you that America well-coordinated military attack in Northwest is a success. And it has gone a long way to dismiss the pitch tents of ISWAP, Boko Haram bandits in the recent time. The Fulani militias that exuded from Sahel into Sokoto Forest in their large number, they are all counting their losses right now because this latest strike has actually devastated their military superiority, their firearms, and the catch of arms they absconded into this forest with. So we are seeing a successful, well-coordinated military attack by Donald Trump's administration.
He said
that has even exhumed the hidden bomb catch of arms of these terrorists in Sokoto Forest. America has succeeded on destroying all their ammunitions.
But it was reported that Shegumi has currently fled to Lebanon. They say he has run for safety.
At initial stage, Shegumi was hiding in Turkey, but recently we've learned that he has been pointed out where he was hiding. So currently After this operation, some hours, he got the wine up in Turkey. Sheikh Gumi absconded into Hezbollah fortified Lebanon, where he was receiving his funds to finance banditry in the northern region of Nigeria. So he is hiding out from Turkey to Qatar, from Qatar. Currently, he is in Lebanon. These are the enemy of Nigerian state, and the federal government and the government of the past in the present, they have refused to pick them, persecute them in the court of law. They keep on chasing the wrong person. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, a man that has not even hot fly, is now spending many years in jail. From 2015 till date, Kanu has been incarcerated, while all the sponsors of terrorists in Nigeria are free, moving, doing their normal businesses. My question is, why is it that federal government went and rescued 130-something kidnapped school girls? Rescued them without apprehending one perpetrator, one kidnapper, one abductor of these school students. Why? They went there for an exchange. They exchanged those students for money, leaving the money with the kidnappers and come home with the girls. Nigeria has issue. Nigerian government has failed.
They failed. Okay, with this now, with that being said, although Trump said he was testing these people, but testing, the bandits. But do you not think there will be an attack on the Christian with what? Because a lot of people say only division can stop this, but if there is no division or the country is not, break, or if the country don't go back to regional government, do you not think these bandits will come out more sophisticated and kill more Christians and more, more people?
The only way of survival is Biafran state sitting away from Nigeria. The Igbos that have been agitating since after the war to sit away from Nigeria because we lack almost of the reconciliation, agenda, promised the Igbos after the war. They could not redeem one. Reconciliation, reintegration, inclusion. We are not included in running Nigerian leadership, political leadership. It's only the Fulani and the Hausas. Only these two tribes. They allow the Igbos languaging in pain, riddling in lack of development. Look at Igbo land, a land that is in charge of the whole economy of the country. Southeastern Nigeria is the engine house of Nigeria economy, yet they could not dredge seaport in southeastern Nigeria. Before you could clear one container, you will run all the way from Warri, cross River Calabar to Apapa Jetty, Apapa Wharf. That is when you could clear your container. And from Apapa, Lagos, you will be paying money, tolls, paying all the way. On getting to Ondo, you will pay. At Ore Forest, on getting to Benin, you will pay. You will pay in Delta State. On getting into River Niger, across Niger Bridge, you will be paying tolls until you get to Oso Okwado or Main Market. So what is going on now is that it's only division. Igbo man has successfully, gotten independence on their own. Biafra is sitting away very soon from Nigerian states. And that is the only way solution could come, which was why the congressmen discussed recently in America that it is only division, emergency of Biafra, that will give Nigeria the peace needed. Which is why we are even not telling Yorubas to divide or to cede Odua away. We are not telling them because we know that they are comfortable staying with Fulani and Hausa. Igbo has succeeded on getting Biafra. Ceding Biafra away from Nigeria is gonna bring peace, deserved or desired harmony in the Nigerian states. The only peace is division. Disintegration of Nigeria is not negotiable.
Donald Trump, what a lot of Nigerians have been clamoring for, a lot of Christians, a lot of Biafrans have been clamoring for Donald Trump. Even we saw in Netanyahu yesterday, but I know something was fishy when Netanyahu came out boldly and said what? He's standing with the Christians, my Christians in Nigeria. With that being said, a lot of people have said, is Nigeria still a sovereign nation? For Donald Trump and the US Army to come and invade and bomb the northern part of Nigeria, what do you think? Do you think that
Nigerian sovereignty, Nigerian rights as a nation state, an independent state, has collapsed? We are no longer a proudly sovereign state. of West Africa. Why? Which has given America the impetus, the dynamism to come and operate freely in Nigeria, bombarding the enclave, terrorist enclave, Boko Haram enclave, the bandits enclave in the northwestern Nigeria. Do you know what happened? America has actually diminished, reduced to zero Nigerian sovereignty. Nigeria has no sovereignty anymore. That's why I'm telling you that Biafra is the one gathering momentum, gathering international support, and thereby solidifying her sovereignty as a Biafran sovereign state. Biafran nation state, you know, is trying to emerge right now because of what America has done. Some hours ago, not even up to 24 hours, America actually decimated the ISWAP hideout camps in the northwestern state of Sokoto, where Nigeria is having border with Republic of Benin, Republic of Niger, and decimating all the tents, pitch tents, camp and cells of ISWAP, Al-Qaeda, Boko Haram, Fulani Herdsmen, other Fulani militias, Mahmuda, and the rest of them in the Sokoto northwest forest. America has successfully proven to the entire world that Nigerian government is not what leading Nigerian people right now. When America decimated our airspace without even permission from our military, bombarded hideout of terrorists in the northwestern region. Benjamin Netanyahu has gone this far to accept aligning, being in alliance with the United States of America to war, to unleash hell against Fulani herdsmen, against bandits, Boko Haram, ISWAP, Mahmuda, Al-Qaeda, and Al-Shabaab that have concentrated assault on Christian communities for over 10 months now, thereby giving way to Christian genocide encroaching across the entire Nigerian state. And this has given Benjamin Netanyahu the strength to tell the whole world that he is of Jewish blood, that he could not forget what is happening to his brothers in the southeastern hemisphere of Nigeria, where Biafrans that are 100% Christians were subjected to all manners of inhuman persecution by Nigerian state. And this bombardment, Netanyahu, the Israeli Prime Minister, has actually pledged support to the United States of America to send Mossad and other intelligence platforms from Israel to pick all the sponsors of terrorist organization in Nigeria. He made mention of most of the absconding terrorist sponsors like El Rufai, Sheikh Gumi, Mamu that was actually apprehended at Cairo airport en route Iran when he was running away to go and meet his sponsors in the axis of evil region of Iran. He was picked up, and Benjamin Netanyahu is not stopping from calling all the Christians in Nigeria his Christian brothers, that he is coming, that he is of Jewish race with the Biafran people. Netanyahu has made it clear that Israeli military, administration is going to collude with White House to make sure that terrorists in Nigeria are brought down. And he colluded with United States of America and struck Northwest. Just concluded American military operation. Israel had hand in it, and they actually used their technology, modern war devices and precisions to monitor all the tents, all the camps, hideouts of terror groups in Nigeria like Mahmuda, Al-Shabaab, Boko Haram, ISWAP, killer headers, the bandits, and the Ansaru terror group. Israel has done well by acquiring the entire Christians in Nigeria, all the communities affected by the recently perpetrated genocide, that they are coming with relief to pay back all the victims' family that lost their loved ones. It is a nice military operation because America actually kicked off their military operation commencement in the Northwest without informing Nigeria or colluding with the Nigerian military. They carried out this perpetration on their own to avoid leakage of most classified information that they gathered in the past 9 months.
When Nigerian military said they work with the United States military or Air Force to allow this bombardment bombardment.
It's a lie. It's a lie. When they were there over how many months ago with their satellite and their drones monitoring all the cells and camp of the terrorist organization, our military could not even tell it, let alone our DSS or Directorate of Military Intelligence. They came with their high tech. America is higher than Nigeria in technology. When you talk about war technology and precision warfare, America was in our airspace for how many years now, monitoring everything that is going on in Nigeria. They even stood out by telling us more stories about the bandits, you know, modus operandi, about the Fulani herdsmen, modus operandi, about the modus operandi of the ISWAP that migrated from the axis of evil, Iran, and changed their name to Islamic State of West African State. Israel and America monitor them for many months right now, and American could not allow Nigerian military or public office holders to collude with them. That's why they sent the American congressmen here to come for their case studies. And after their findings, they went back to United States without colluding with federal government of Nigeria. You know, federal government of Nigeria, they have been running this part of the world with many deceptions, various deceptive propaganda, promising various things without, you know, pledging, without redemption. They pledged, they could not redeem. They promised, they could not redeem what they promised Nigerian citizens, which is why we believe that it is deception that is controlling this present administration of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. America is on their own. They are operating without informing anybody. Nigerian police was not aware. The DSS department wasn't aware. Look at our Minister of Defense. The man in charge before, Badaru Ahmad, was disqualified as a result of what? Quackery. He could not meet up. Failure. He refused to act, promising Nigerians that bomb could not penetrate Sambisa forest. Look at Sahel bushes, grassland. Bomb could not penetrate grasses, not even thick forest. And America has come and did the needful by suspending their drones on air for many months, monitoring all the modus operandi of all these terrorist groups in Nigeria. Al-Shabaab, Al-Qaeda, Boko Haram, bandits, Fulani herders, and the rest of them.
But don't forget that the NSA, when he went to America, the American told the NSA that they giving Nigeria about 2 weeks to disarm, or Nurubadu promised to disarm these bandits in a few.
Nurubadu did not disarm the bandits. Rather, he gave them AK-49, AK-47. It was on social media. It was on front pages of newspaper in Nigeria. Few days ago, many were apprehended in Kwara State by Kwara State Police Command, and they traced the origin of those arms handed over to those bandits to National Security Advisory. Is an advance is a department or an institution that is under the watch of NSA henchman Nuhu Ribadu. Ribadu is a hot soup because he has failed the Americans. The Americans got to wind up about the news of NSA supplying arms to the bandits, and then how do you expect the military operation that just took place some hours to have, you know, collusion or collaboration of the Nigerian security advisor? No, because they are colluding with the bandits, with the terrorists to attack Christian communities. Nuhu Ribadu himself is from Fulani extraction. Every Fulani man in Adamawa, in Sokoto, they are all anti-Christianity. So you don't expect anything good from Nuhu Ribadu, the man in charge of Nigerian National Security Advisory Department.